Friends, hello. I told you I'd be back talking about Nano Dimension in a full-length video going over what's going on here. Wow, look at the stock. This thing is moving, finally. We've only been waiting 7 years for this thing to finally do something. But the big question is on everyone's mind, are we going to keep the support and keep moving, or is Nano going to start to drown out again like it's been doing? So January's been good to us, but I don't know what February is going to bring here. Very hard to tell right now. So let's break this down piece by piece. Nano had its final quarters of last year. They were good. They've got a lot of money on hand. Things are doing well. Now, with that too, the stock has, shot up here. We're back at it. Last day here, the last day of the market on Friday, it hit a 290 for a split second. It hit 290, then it started to trail back down. So that's really big. Those are huge numbers that we haven't seen in quite some time, like since August of 2022. So that was a big win for us. Now, one of the big things that is pushing Nano, not only quarterly is doing well, Nano has released this new metal fabrication system that they have now. It gets very technical, just read it please. But this is getting a lot of people's attention for good reasons. So like I said before, Nano is highly involved in a lot of different areas, what they make product wise, who they deliver to. I mean, it's all over the place. They have a ton of big contracts and they're a very small company to an outsider, but when you really dig in and look at them, they're actually a really big company. They're just in the background. You don't really hear about them, see them much. There's nothing really sexy about what they're doing so much. It's kind of just, they're not like Apple or anything. They're there in the background, but they keep getting bigger and bigger. So this is why it keeps attracting new investors. Nano keeps attracting new investors here, what I'm trying to say, and it's beating the market compared to a lot of these other penny stocks and growth stocks in general. With this growth, looking at the volume, volume is not crazy by any means. I mean, Friday we had 3 million in volume, over 3 million, but it's been a slow walk up. It's been a slow process here, and I love when stocks move slow. I get scared and I do not like when stocks move really fast because it usually means they fall back down the hill even faster. So watching these slow, steady walk ups is really encouraging that maybe we're going to be able to keep some ground here, potentially. Now, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones have been doing pretty well so far this year, and they have been, allowing and carrying stocks with them, especially the Nasdaq, which is carrying, pretty much all the growth stocks here that we're talking about. But obviously, the big question is here: are we going to see Nano run up here to a 350? Last time we saw Nano Dimensions at a $3 mark was back in August. That's when we really started to have Nano kind of shift into what may have looked like a $4 situation. Back in August is when we really had our last big pop with Nano. And I really don't think, looking at numbers and volume, outstanding shares compared to shares that we have ate up right now, hitting this $3 mark, I don't think that would be too crazy going into this year, especially with a lot of positive news around Nano Dimension right now. Obviously, a lot of people are still not crazy about their CEO. There's been quite a few change of hands here with the company, board members, all that kind of stuff as of late, but that's really nothing new to the world of growth companies that are really just been there, but they're still formulating and there's still companies that are growing. What's interesting here is, look at this. On 1/23, Nano hit that 3 million, and it had hit a 3 million volume before, a few days prior. Then the next day on the 24th, it hit a 5 million volume, then slowed down a little bit to a 3 million volume, hitting around 27 high, almost 280, hitting a low at $2.60 on that 26th there. And then the next day on the 27th, we hit over 3 million in volume, spiking back up, ending the week out there on the Friday to almost, it said the high is actually even out 291. So really encouraging week with a lot of fighting and support. When we see a stock go straight up and then, it falls apart, there's nothing else there holding it, that's a big telltale sign that there's just no background, there's no backbone, there's nothing holding this stock together, just people are using and abusing it. But when we're seeing a stock go up, down, up, down, up, down, this is, we're building staircases here, and this is really encouraging that we could possibly see Nano get back to this $3 range, which I know a lot of us are hoping on a prayer that this happens here sooner than later. So friends, with that, I am still very bullish on Nano. I'm not expecting this to make me rich this year, but I am definitely wanting to buy as much as I can this year, hold on to it, get it for a low price, and I'm very curious to see when and if we get our bull market back here next year, that Nano is really going to do great things from that bull market, that we could possibly see Nano run up into a double digit like it did in the last bull market. Who knows? It could possibly happen. With more good news, more new deals being made, I think the sky could be the limit on Nano Dimension here, and I think we really need to keep a close eye on it and watch what's going to happen. And friends, I'm just encouraged. Even if it goes back down this week a little bit, takes a little damage, I still think this is very positive that we have Nano moving and doing something. So it's surviving, it's doing well. Friends, I wish you all the best of luck in the world, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye everyone.